So hello everyone and welcome back to the live of Power Pro Academy. So what we are going to do in this video. So basically in this video we are going to create a canvas application. Basically it's a logic in canvas application. So we are going to create a dynamic form logic in the canvas application. So what we are going to do here, we can create a form and then we can dynamic it through the canvas application. So let me give you one example over there. So what we are going to do here, as you see the surveys. So in the surveys there is a basic form regarding the member of a family. Okay, so in the family, if there are four members or if there are five members, so the form will change dynamically on the count of the members of the family. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we can create a single form and then make it dynamic with the help of canvas gallery. Okay, so if a family downloads our app and then go to the survey and they have four members in the family. Okay, so what they are going to do, first the member one will fill the form and there is an add button in the application, so he or she will press on the add button, then and another form will be generated or the new form will be generated for the second member of the family. We are creating only one form over there and we can do some dynamic logic over there, so this single particular form will replicate it by self. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, let's jump into the canvas application. So here I have created the form previously. So this is a very basic form over there. You can see we have a name field, an age field, an employed radio button field. Basically let's write here yes or no. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we have to pass the value in the, so let's remove the radio sample and add our sample there. So we have to write here yes and no. Okay, so now it's looking great. Okay, so what we have to do is, let's change its size and also I think we have to change its alignment also. So here I have searching the layout option. The layout is horizontal, then I think we have to increase the width of it. Okay, now it's looking good. So now we have employed, which is yes or no. So if a person is employed, he will select yes, and if not, then they will select no. Okay, so this is a simple radio button over there. Now the annual income of the person, so there is a list over there, so they can choose their annual income over there. Now there are some additional feeds or the additional details for the particular user or the member who are filling the form, so they can write their additional detail over there. So this is a simple form. Now what we have to do is make it dynamic, and when I am saying dynamic, then how can we create it? So first of all, we have to see what we are going to create. Okay, so uh, what I am saying here, let's take an example over there. So I am adding the add button, so this is the plus icon, and if I click on that plus icon, this particular form should be replicated for the second member. Okay, so we are going to create something like this. So if I click on that particular add button, then this whole form should be replicated for the second member. Okay, so how can we do that? So let's see how can we do that. Okay, so for that, okay, so if we have to replicate something, okay, so what type of control we can take? So if you are intermediate in Canvas application, then you will know that there is a control which helps the element to get replicated. Yes, I am talking about the gallery. So have you have you have you seen that if you put a particular item into a gallery, then it will replicate it in each row. Okay, so this is the logic we are going to implement here. So we can take a gallery, and in the gallery, in a particular row or the first row, we are going to attach this form and apply some logic over there. So this form will replicate it as per the user's need. Okay, so for that there are uh, multiple type of galleries over there. So let's see the different type of galleries. Okay, so we have plenty of gallery over there. So we have a vertical gallery, we have a horizontal gallery, we have a flexible height gallery, and the blanks version of that gallery also. So if we talk about vertical gallery, yes, vertical gallery can replicate our form, but there is a halt in this, that in the vertical gallery the template size is not dynamic. So if we create that template size dynamic, it will not create it. Okay, so what we can do here, we can implement the flexible height gallery over there. So yes, for the particular form, actually we can also go with the vertical gallery. If I'm talking about the single form, then we can use vertical gallery over there, because the height is set for the particular form over there in the template. Yes, so we can use the vertical gallery over there also. What I am talking about, if you want to create a dynamic size of the template, then you can use flexible height gallery. We will see an example of the flexible height gallery in the next video. So let's do it with vertical gallery in this scenario. So what we are going to do here, let's take the vertical gallery. So let's take the vertical gallery over there. The vertical gallery. Where is the vertical gallery? Okay, so here is the vertical gallery. And in the vertical gallery, first of all, we have to remove these items. Okay, we don't need these items. So okay, we also don't need these stuff in the gallery, so let's remove it also. We want a simple gallery here. Then let's drag it over there, the gallery. Okay, let's select it and let's drag it. Now let's set the size of the gallery. So I will write here the width of it. So let's write parent dot width divided by 1.5 as per the container which we have set earlier. Now same for the height, which is parent dot height divided by 1.5. Okay, it looks good. Now what we have to create, let's click on the edit gallery, and in the edit gallery we have to paste our whole container. So here we can see, okay, there is an error. Let's copy it and select the gallery. On the pen you have to select. If you can't select on the edit gallery option, then what would happen? Let's see once. So here I am selecting the gallery, and when I paste it, see what is going over there. So you have to select the gallery and then select that pencil icon, which is edit gallery option. Now let's paste it. Okay, so we have pasted our form into the gallery. Now let's delete this form and let's adjust the size of that template so our form will be visible in the gallery. Okay, so what I am going to do here is, first of all, we have to set the container over there. So the parent dot width and the parent dot height. We have to remove the 1.5 from there. So the parent height. Now it look good. Now what is the height of the gallery? Okay, so now our form is in the gallery. But what about the plus icon? There is no replication of the form, and we also can't see the gallery over there. So what was happening? Okay, so let's do one thing. Okay, so here we can't see the gallery, and why is that? So gallery, let's put some color into the gallery and then let's take a look that it will be visible or not. So here the gallery is visible, but the form is not visible. And why this so? Why is the form not visible? Let's reorder it and keep it in front. Sorry. No, the gallery is not visible at all. Sorry, the gallery is visible, but the items are not visible. Now let's see. No, it's not visible. I don't know what was going over there. The gallery. The form is not visible, but why? There are colors, there are the height, wrap, everything is fine, but I don't know. Okay. We have put the form into the gallery, but we have to know that the gallery works on the item, the gallery's item, and the gallery's item is blank. So if there is nothing, the gallery would be blank. So that's the reason that uh, we can't see the form. So what we have to do, and that's a catch over there. So to see the form, we have to set the gallery's item to 1. So now the gallery has one item, and if we play the application, there is a form in the gallery. Okay, so when we press the icon, nothing happens here, and we have to replicate this form in the gallery. So what we have to do over there, we have to create a dynamic collection over there. So that's the logic. That's the main logic over there. So what we have to do here, we have to create dynamic form here. So how we can do that? We can do that by this. Okay. So are you seeing the things are overlapping? And why so? Because the template size is small. So let's set the template size first, and we can write template size. We can set it by we can set it dynamically. So we can write here uh, gallery one dot height. So now the template is setted as gallery height, and there is a scroller now. So if I scroll it, you can see there is an another form over there. So that's the main logic, that how we can implement the dynamic form over there. So we have to set that items as a dynamic item. So what we are going to do here, let's create a collection on screen on visible property. So let's create a collection over there. So how can we create a collection? Yes, so clear collect the collection name. So let's simply write here test form, and we have to give a parameter to the collection. So let's write num1. So now we have a collection over there. Let's pass that name in the collections item. So let's paste it. Now this collection is blank. Why? Because this clear collection, or the collection, or the creation of the collection, is going on visible property of the screen one, and the screen one is already visible. That's why this effects will not work. Now what we can do here, we can simply create a new screen, jump on the screen, and when we get over on the screen 1 again, then there is an item num equals to 1. And when you play your application, there is a single form. Now how can we create it dynamic? So we can update this collection on the plus icon. How we can do that? You have to simply write or append a next item into the collection. Okay, so okay, let's create, and you can append the item through the collect function. So collect the collection name and the second item, which is 2. Now if I click on the plus icon, you can see the scroll bar is appeared, and we have second screen or the second form. And when we tap on the add icon, then we have a third screen. I tap once more, and we have first screen or the form. So this is how you can implement one form into multiple times. Okay, so this is how you can create your dynamic form over there. Now how we can delete the form. If a user creates a form and it has no use, then we have to just delete that form also. So how can we do that? Okay, let's add this plus and minus sign in the form itself. Let's go to the second screen and let's jump on the first screen. Now we have one form and let's add these icon over in the collection container or the form itself. So let's create it plus and okay. So no, let's remove it and let's simply create an icon on there itself. So icon, where is the icon? Where is the delete icon? Let's write here delete. Found nothing. So what I'm going to write over there for delete, 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 delete. Where is the delete? There is a particular name for the delete. Okay, the trash. Okay, it's trash. So let's create it over there and let's write something over there. So if a person select a particular form in the gallery, then select the delete button, then the form will be deleted. Okay, so how we can do this? So what we can do here, we can write remove the collection name, which is test form, comma, we can write gallery one dot selected, and this is how you can remove the selected item from the gallery. Okay, so let's see that. So I am creating the second screen, I am selecting it, and when I delete it, okay, so the specified record was not found. Okay, so it is giving me the error. Okay, so we have to create something else over there. So the test form dot selected dot, but we can write here. Okay, so we can write a lookup over there. What we can do, we can write a lookup in the test form where num equals to gallery.selected.num, and it will work. I think it will work. So let's see this. So I am selecting the second form and then press on the delete, and yes, our form or the second form is deleted. So this is how you can add and delete the form also. So this is the overall process of how we can create the form and use it dynamically. Okay, so you can see that on the add button we are creating the same form again and again for multiple use, and we can also delete it. So we can also delete the form, and we have deleted all the form from there. So let's jump on the screen 2, then screen 1, and there we have our new form. So this is how you can create your dynamic form, or you can create a single form and use it as dynamically and as multiple time as you can. So this is my first form. Here I am writing Satyam, age 25, employed, my salary is something about here, and additional details. So I am a software engineer. Now, if I want to add one more form, then here it is. And here you can write, for me, it is Power Pro Academy. Power Pro Academy. Age. The channel has, I think, 1 year of age. Employed. The channel is not employed. I am employed. Annual income. Something around there. The additional information is like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. So this is how you can create your own form and use it multiple times as much as you can. So in this video, we have learned that you can create a single form and then use it in multiple times. So this is the end for this video. If you like this video, comment, share, like, and give us suggestions that what we can do better in our channel or in our videos, and what kind of topics you would like. So it will very helpful for us. So for now, let's press the bell icon and press the subscribe button, comment in the video. We will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, happy coding.